Hey there, CBC. If this video is late, then it's because I got a sort of excused tardy thing, because I have been so busy. I have school, and then straight after school, I walk to driver's ed, which goes until about 5. Then at 5, I go home, do homework in the 2 hours I have before I have to go to rehearsal for play at 7. Then I'm done and get home at about 9:30 or 10, depending on the night. Then once I get home, I do any leftover homework I have, if I've got any, or I just kind of try to relax so I can go to sleep at a reasonable time, because then I've got to get up and do it the next day. So obviously, I haven't really had time for videos. This schedule's gonna continue for me for about the next month, but I'm going to be filming my CBC videos and hopefully some main channel videos on the weekends. So you won't have to deal with that. Hopefully this can get up on Wednesday night, but if it's like Thursday morning or Thursday night when this gets up, that's why. This week is reviews week. I haven't really talked about books or reading on any of my channels. That has never been a thing. I've talked about music and movies, but books are the other main thing that I really love. I went to a used book sale this weekend and I ended up buying this stack of books for less than the price of one new book, and the stack came up to almost my hip, which you could argue isn't very high up because, with the exception of Sophie, I am much shorter than most of the collab members of CBC. But I do really like reading, so I have Goodreads up on my phone, and I am going to go through some of the books that I have read this year and review them. I should also tell you now that I didn't plan out my reviews for any of these. I'm just literally going through my list and telling you things about these books. So these are gonna be the worst reviews that you hear. If you want actual book reviews, go to like a booktube channel where they've probably thought out some things that they're gonna say and know how to review books, because I don't. First book, Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. This is a book about a girl named Kath who goes off to college with her twin sister. She's obsessed with this book series that is much like Harry Potter, and she writes fan fiction about two of the main characters, and she's the most, I guess, popular fan fiction writer in that community. It's about her time in college, and when her sister sort of goes off and makes her own friend group, she sort of has to go find her new friends and deal with people and take creative writing, and yeah. My mom and many other people who have read this book thought that it ended very abruptly. I think she liked it, but not necessarily as much as the other Rainbow Rowell books that she's read. Personally, this one has been my favorite that I've read by her so far. I think part of what made me really like this book is that she's always like setting time out of her day to like go and write and stuff, and I feel like I could sort of even just relate to that in the sense that I've tried NaNoWriMo a couple of times, failed every time, but I have had the whole times where I'm like, oh, gotta go work on my novel. And also even just with YouTube videos, like she's got her readers that she like talks to and has to write for and stuff, and I sort of have my viewers which I have to make videos for and keep up with and whatnot. So I felt like I could relate to that. The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern's about this circus that is only open at night, and there's never any like posters announcing it or anything. It just kind of appears in whatever town it's going to be, and it stays for a little while and then it just disappears. Very magical and very cool. Then at the same time, there's also these two characters, Celia and Marco, who are in this duel of sorts, and one of them has to die. And then in a course of events, much like the Hunger Games, the two end up falling in love and are like, oh, yo, what should we do? I don't want to kill you. I love you. It was really good. I really liked it. I thought the way it was written was really cool. I really liked a bunch of the things about it, but at the same time, there were some things that I didn't like so much about it. It was really confusing for me to follow in the beginning. It might have just been me. I don't know if other people had that problem, but I was really confused at some parts. And then also, some things were very plotless, I guess, in a sense, and very cheesy, but I still liked it, so worth reading? Yes. This next book is The Orphan to Anythings by Stephen Christian. This book I am currently rereading. I read it the first time about 2 years ago exactly, I think. It's about this kid named Aiden who is basically depressed and just having a really crap time. He's basically sort of become an adult, but he doesn't know where he's going with his life, and that just makes him really upset. Then this next part will sound like a spoiler, but it's written on the back, so I'm allowed to tell you. He attempts suicide, and then during his recovery, he sort of learns that there is more to living than being alive. Yes, I did read that line exactly from the back of the book. Yes, that is a line in an Anne Boleyn song. Basically, when I read this book the first time, it just sort of had this major impact on my life. It was one of those books, and I am rereading it again, so obviously it's fairly good. Also, my freshman year chose to do a bit of this for a monologue, things that you might not like about this book. I know, at least for me, it has been very hard to read in a sense, even though it's very short. My reading level is is quite high actually. It's written basically like Aiden wrote it and then never sent it to an editor or anything. There are typos everywhere. There are no capitals in this book. It's not edited at all, and that can be highly annoying for some people. I have found it kind of hard to read just because I have to sort of stumble over things because they're not how I would usually see things written, I guess. But besides that, if you can get over that fact, it's a really good book. I feel like it holds a lot of meaning for a lot of people. It did for me at least. So that has been my book reviews. Hopefully they weren't too bad. If you want to see more from CBC, you can click down there to subscribe. And if you want to see more of me and my videos, you can go down to the description, find my channel in the thing. My name is Abigail, if you didn't already know that. And my Twitter and my channel and everything are down there, so you can just chill with me. Comment down below what your favorite book is, because then I'll probably end up going and reading it eventually after I get through the massive stack of books that I bought this past weekend. I will see you next Wednesday. Bye guys.